Recording in progress.
Come on, guys. Hey, guys, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Hey, number one, here's the first thing I want to see. I got Andy over here. He just got in here. Number one, everybody turn on your cameras. Okay, everybody turn on your cameras. And I want you to do this. There's two things. Number one, hold up a piece of paper and hold up a pen so you can take some notes. Okay? If you want to be good, what's written is retained. Come on. Me, Toby, Scott, Robert, Oliver, everybody. Come on, let's put these cameras on, man. Who wants to be great? Put the hand up. Who wants to be great? There we go. There we go. Now take that other hand that's hiding from the camera and show me the pen and papers. And Brian, you better not be yawning. Otherwise, you're going to have to knock out some push-ups now. See, hey, listen, I'll catch them all. Don't you worry. I'll see it all. I'll see it all. Okay, I see the pen, I'm seeing papers. There we go, guys. There we go. Hey, we're going to get started in just 2 seconds, but we got Leon, Ben Smith, Scott, Gabby, Jude. Come on, guys. Put the cameras on. Are you guys hiding from greatness?
All right, guys, here we go. Let's kick some ass.
Let's go.
Dude, I'm having the best day of my life. It's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, what it really comes down to is you guys are the pros. You guys are passionate about what you're passionate about for a reason. And I think that's what you'll probably teach best on, right? So, whatever it is that you guys have in mind, we want to hear from you. What you guys have to share with us. Our team is great. Lots of talent here, but we're hungry and we can always get better. So, whatever perspective you have to share with us, ideas, we're all for it. We're excited about it. Thank you for joining us.
Good. I love it, man. Hey, by the way, listen, it's cool when you're around like-minded people that actually do what they say they're going to do. So everybody do me a favor, right? So 2023, everybody write this down. How did your year go? Just write it down. How much money at the beginning of the year? Not only going to talk about money, but obviously you do go to work. Okay. You do have a career, right? To take care of your family, to create a certain lifestyle for your family. How much money in 2023 did you project to earn? I mean, we're in the last quarter right now. You guys got 60 days left till it's over. But what did you say you were going to earn? Right? What was the goal? And then, by the way, what did you end up earning? I mean, you're 60 days away from the end of the year. So you can guess whether you're on track to hit the number you said you would hit or not. Now, I want to tell you guys, if you look at that number, do me a favor. Write this down. What is the top 1%? Okay, not what is the top in your company, what is the top 1% in the industry earn in y'all's industry? Everybody write it down. What do you believe it is? And this is what I want to train on, Bobby, is this. Everybody right now has to raise their freaking standards. Okay, I'm gonna explain how this works. Okay. You won't always get your goals, but you'll always get your standards. I'm going to show you guys something. Every year, as I get ready to go into the next year, I write down what my core values are. I want you to do me a favor. What are your core values? What do you believe they are? What do you live by? What do you stand by? Hey, a lot of people don't get turned on by this. But if you want to make the top 1% in the industry, you cannot have goals in your game. Your goal is self-develop to a point to where you have no holes in your game whatsoever. So I created, and I will show you guys this real quick if I can find it. Hold on, where's it at? I have no idea where it is, but I'll send it to you when I'm done. I found all my core values on all our walls around, and I have them where my whole company can see them all the time. And I want to explain this to you. The reason why I'm not smart, I'm not a brain scientist, surgeon. I'm not a scientist. I'm not smart here. You know what I can do that smashes everybody's ass? And watch this, guys. 3 years. In 3 years, I built a 9-figure business. When I was 18 years old, by the time I was 20, I was making 500 grand a year selling cars as a car salesman as a kid in 2001. I mean, every time that I've gone to levels that people didn't think I could go to, I'm going to tell you how I did it. I did the freaking work. I don't shortcut, and I have standards. I have standards. I have core values. What are your core values? What are your standards? See, I dust people that don't know exactly who they want to become. Look, how are you going to attack a goal ruthlessly if you don't know who you want to become? So there's a couple things that I work on. Number one, it's mastery. Everybody write this down, self-mastery. If you want to become great, it's going to become self-mastery. What's self-mastery? Rule number one. Everybody write this down, awareness. Okay, next to awareness, draw a line through ego. That means this. You guys all have holes in your game. Every single one of you. What is it? If I tell one of you right now you're not as good as you think you are, would you fire back at me, or would you own that shit and say, yeah, you're probably right, I'm not as good, but I will be, and I'm going to start pushing on that now. See, people with ego never grow. Okay, and by the way, you've heard me say this, an individual can be beat, but a team can't be beat. So as I see all of you together, your goal is collectively as a whole, all to become absolute savages together. That's how you take over an entire sector in business. So if Wolf River Electric wants to own the space, you're going to need a team, and you're going to need the best team. Hey, Ian, do me a favor. Send me the core values right here to my phone. I want to show you guys something, but I want you guys to create something like this for your company, and I'm going to text this to you, Bobby, and I want you to share it with your entire company. Now, I want you to know this. Okay, so a couple of rules for me. Is that if any of you are going to do anything big and you're going to really go to another level in self-mastery when you're growing, I want you to look at how you sell, how you speak, how you talk, how you articulate your words, your energy level, your belief, the way you believe in others, the way you interact with others. And then do me a favor, underneath all of that, since we're on a sales call, write down this. Are you selling, okay, or are you helping people? I want to explain something to you. Who in here sells solar? Raise your hand. Dan, let me grab you. All right, unmute. Let me grab you.
Yep.
All right, Dan, what do we do for a living? One sentence, I want you to tell me what we do.
Solve people's solutions for energy, as far as expenditure.
Dan, it's very hard to understand. Dan, we help people help themselves. That's all we do. Everybody write that down. You want to know what I do for a living, Mr. and Mrs. Customer? I understand you want me to leave. I understand you don't want to stay on the phone. All I do is help people help themselves. It's very simple. I have a product which 100% of the homeowners in the world wish they had. Now, the reason why they don't have it is because they don't understand it, don't know about it, or they spoke to an amateur. Okay, but until we've met, nobody's explained it to you right properly, because if they did, you would have panels on your roof. Guaranteed. Okay, now Dan, do you work on the phone or do you work face to face?
Virtual. So
You're virtual. Okay, everybody do me a favor. All right, so Dan, I'm going to work with you for a minute if you're okay with that. And then I'm going to talk to everybody else. All right, Dan, how long have you been selling solar for?
year and a half.
Okay, Dan, I want you to know something. What does the top 1% in their industry earn? What do you believe it is? What do you believe?
I would just be spitting out a number. I don't know.
Well, what do you believe though? What do you think it is?
I wouldn't be surprised if there are people out in California making over $1 million a year.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Do you know where you fall in line with that number? You know where it is, right?
Yeah.
Okay, the difference between the $1 million that they're making and what you're making, the difference is the money that you're spending in life, you're giving away to life, not knowing what that guy knows, or not being able to do what that guy can do. Because that guy's not lucky. That guy knows something that you don't know. That person, man, woman, they can articulate their words in a way you can't. Maybe they study, maybe they sell differently. Would you agree? Maybe they work harder. Right? There's something, right?
Right.
Okay, so watch, everybody. This is what we're going to become obsessed with. What in the hell are the top 1% earners doing that you're not doing? You want to know what it is? Number one, they're prepared. Okay, they're prepared. This is about us all evaluating a self-awareness. What are our holes? What are our problems? Okay, if I ask you, everybody listen, I'm going to ask some simple questions. Dan, what does your company do? We help people help themselves. Okay, I get it. You're a solar org. You help people help themselves. All right, secondly, Dan, why do you sell solar? See, I need quick answers. Why is this important? I can ask you guys a question. Have you ever been sold something before? I have. You know what I like? I like to be helped. And you know, I like it when the person that I'm helping believes in the product they're helping me with. See, I want to explain to you why a lot of people aren't getting to the next level for two reasons. Rule number one, they don't believe in the product they're selling. They're trying to sell something to make a commission when they really don't believe it or wish that they had it themselves and wholeheartedly think that the client they're talking to must have this now. Must have it. If they don't have it, it's like they're not living life, not seeing people get what it is that you have. You must become obsessed with your product. Everybody write this down. Become brainwashed with your product. Hey, or don't. Be like, I can't believe that guy said become brainwashed with my product. Yeah. Hey, stay where you're at. Don't grow. Let 2024 not be a good year. Don't finish this last quarter good. So I'm going to give you two secrets that'll help you just smoke freaking everyone. Rule number one, become obsessed with the product you have. You must convince yourself, do you believe, Dan, that solar is the greatest product ever? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, I need more. I need more. I need you to become psycho obsessed. Listen to me. You may say, come on, Andy. No. You come on. Let's think about it for a minute. Okay, 4 years from now, Dan, 4 years from not today, 4 years from now, when inflation is really kicking in and it's real, 5 years from now in energy, you're going to save these people's lives, man. There's a lot of people when gas went from $1 a gallon to 5 and 6, they couldn't even pay their bills anymore, and they couldn't afford to even drive their cars because they couldn't afford the gas. If there would have been an opportunity in which people could have paid $1 a gallon, signed an agreement, even for $2 a gallon, to when gas went up, it wouldn't have changed for them. Every one of them would have signed an agreement. But there wasn't an agreement to sign. We didn't even have that option. Would y'all have believed in that? Yes. You need to believe, just like we saw it happen with gas, just like we saw it happen with milk and orange juice and everything else, the next thing to get heavily tapped. They ain't even seen the energy tap yet. The next one is going to be hard. It's going to affect a lot of people. So, heaven on earth. Can you guys help people and get paid handsomely? Hell yes. What is the product? Solar. Solar is the greatest product that was ever existed. Why? Because every single homeowner right now currently has no control over their money, has no control over their bill. And if they have solar, they do. But if they don't, that energy company can charge them whatever they want and they have to pay it or they have to run their house off candles. So how can we introduce solar to somebody? How can we introduce? Guys, I want you to do me a favor. We're going to reverse engineer selling. Number one, we're not going to sell anymore. We're not going to sell anymore. Yes, you're going to be attractive. Yeah, you're going to be interesting. Yes, you're going to have a good personality. Yes, you got to have energy and you got to believe in yourself. And hey, by the way, add this. You got to care more about the client than they care about themselves. Hey, listen to what I said. You got to care more about the client than they care about themselves. That means this, Rob. If the client can see that you care about them more than they care about themselves, they're sold, baby. They're sold. Can you make your people feel that way? Listen to me. That is an art. Running a football down a field for 100 yards is an art. Kobe Bryant shooting basketball was an art. If you want to be great at anything, you're going to have to do the one thing that no one wants to do anymore, which is practice. No one wants to practice. Nobody wants to go in and become a master of anything. You guys want to smoke everybody's ass? 99% of the people are a master of none. They've mastered nothing in their life. Just think about it. I want to ask you guys, what have you mastered? What are you so great at that people go, damn, dude, when that guy does that or when she does that, they're really good. The best I've seen. Master it. And then, by the way, outside of your company, worldwide, Dude, when I was 22 years old, I was making 800 grand a year selling cars. Dude, the average top sales guy was making 100. How did I 8x those fools? You know why? Because I believed I outcarried everybody. Dude, I brainwashed myself to believe that the deals that I gave clients are the best deals ever. That the cars, hey, by the way, can I ask you a question? Is the transportation space pretty important? Yeah. You know, when I sit down and I talk to people and they're like, I don't know, man, it's a little more than I wanted to pay. I'm like, dude, the car is the most important thing in your life. People say it's your house, but it's not. You can have a house, but if you don't have a car, you can't get to work. And if you can't get to work, you can't keep your house. Car is more important than your house. And I bet your house has a bigger payment than your car, doesn't it? Yeah. Well, it should be reversed. Maybe you should have a bigger car payment. Okay, because it's more important than your house. I believe that cars were that important. You guys see it? This is when I was a kid. And I was almost making $1 million a year 20 years ago. I still never forget how I beat everyone. I trained while they sat on their ass and stayed the same. Everybody write this down. Become a hunter. You know what hunters want? They don't want to sit in the deer stand. They want to kill something. They want to eat. Okay, now listen to me. What I've learned as I've gotten older is that I love people. So I'm going to treat people better than I'm going to care about them more than they care about themselves. Number two, I'm going to find a product I believe in. And three, I'm going to hunt. I'm going to hunt with my product. Okay, now let's go into speaking real quick. Okay, I'm not here to motivate you today. I'm here to give you tactical skills that will help you win. So let's go to my man Rob for a minute. Rob, let's roll. Me and you, Rob, looking good in the sweatshirt.
I got you. Unmuted. Ready to go.
Rob, how old are you?
How old am I? Andy, I am 49 years old today. Today is my birthday.
Dude, happy freaking birthday. Hey, hold on, Rob, stay right there. Dan, how old are you?
33.
Because Dan looks like Rob's little brother. You know what I'm saying?
We could pull that off.
Yeah, you look at him. They both got a hoodie on and shit. So, okay. All right, never mind. Let's get no more ADD shit. Let's get back to Rob. All right, so here we go, Rob. You ready? Rob, listen to me. You work on the phone or do you do face-to-face?
Virtual. Yep. And I'm phone.
All right, so virtual. So here we go. So Rob, you call me. Let's start the conversation. Ready, go. Everybody listen up. Because I promise you'll learn something really fast right now. Ready, Rob? Let's go. Start the conversation. Yep. Ring, ring.
We're starting from scratch. First time calling you, right?
Yep.
All right. Hey, Andy, Rob at Wolf River Electric here. Wanted to touch base with you on your inquiry on solar. You got a few minutes for me?
Sure. What's up, man?
All right. Hey, I know you had clicked one of our ads. Really appreciate that. Looking forward to chatting with you a little bit. It sounds like you've been looking at solar for a little while yet, or is this just new to you?
Yeah, no, I've been looking at it.
All right, fantastic. Well, what kind of got you interested in the first place on taking a peek at this thing?
I just wanted to see how it worked. I saw y'all had an ad. It looked like it was super cheap. I just want to check it out.
Yeah. Oh, you mentioned super cheap. I love when we get price already. What's kind of the motivating factor for you on your electric bill and utility and things like that? Let me start that over. I got mixed up. Sorry about that, Andy. Hey, what's your motivating factor for looking at solar in the first place? Then is it a matter of cost? Is it a matter of saving some money? Are you a big environmentalist? What are you thinking?
Yeah, all three. Really just want to save some money.
Really want to save some money. All right, let's dig into the saving money if you still got the time here. Saving money wise, are you looking at kind of long-term savings, short-term savings? Tell me what saving money looks like to you. Like what would your goal be on having solar on your roof?
Okay, I got it. Now let me ask you a question, Rob. How many calls that you touch base with, what's your closing ratio? If you can connect with 10 people, how many will you close if you can connect with 10?
I'm hovering at 15 to 18% right now.
Okay, all right. So listen, so let me ask you a question, right? What is our biggest goal? Our biggest goal is they requested some information, right? And by the way, hey, I don't like to say ad, but it doesn't matter. That's fine, right? Because clearly we let them know that they did fill some information out because it was an ad. But I want to say something. Rob, you say you requested some information on solar. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. I have two quick questions. Was it to become inflation proof against future rising costs of energy, or was it to save money today, or both?
Okay.
See, I'm gonna prep you to answer what I want. Oh, both. Great. Well, that's the reason why I'm on the phone. Now I need you to do me a favor, Rob. Listen, I'm gonna take control early on. Are you ready? Rob, what's going on? It's Andy down here at ABC Solar. It's down here at Wolf River Electric. The reason why I'm reaching out is because we requested some information on saving some money with solar. This will only take a few minutes. Rob, do you have a moment? Good. Okay, great. Rob, do me a favor. I need you to grab something to write with, a pen and a piece of paper. This won't take long, but it is important. By the way, when you requested the information, is it because you wanted to be inflation proof against future costs with energy, or you wanted to save money today? Which one? Or both? You're always going to say both. And when they say both, say amazing. That's why I'm with you on the phone right now. Now, I want you to understand this. I am a solar expert. If your home will qualify, dude, you're gonna jump through the phone to want to get this taken care of. But it's my job to ask a couple questions and make sure it does qualify and that you can fit within the program guidelines. Now, number one, there's something I need to get out of the way. You got that pen piece of paper in your hand? Yep.
Yep.
Okay, good. Rob, write down my name. My name is Andy, A-N-D-Y. I want you to have my name, and I'm going to give you my direct number to call me back in case we get disconnected. Now, listen, I've been with Wolf River Electric for 3 years. I'm called the solar guru. I know solar like the back of my hand. I know how it works, and I know that everybody in the world's going to want it. The most important thing that bothers me is that there is a grid in which a certain amount of time, people won't be able to get solar to save money anymore because it'll be maxed out. So the fact that we're having this conversation today on the phone is very important. I know important decisions are things that should be put first. So thank you for making time for this. So and then by the way, listen, I'm letting more people in. Okay. What is the next goal? The next goal is clearly to get your utility bill, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Here's what I want to do. I'm going to tell you more about what we do and about how solar is going to help you save money, but I need you to send over your utility bill now. Do they take a picture and text it? Do they fax it? Do they email it? How do they give it to you? Do they give you access to their account? What is it?
Email usually.
Okay. And if they email it right then, how long until you can get them a quote?
Well, I mean, usually I'm doing a prep call ahead of time, and then we're getting a quote a day or two later.
Okay. Do you have the solar bill when you call them, and then that's when you're calling them, or do you call them, get the solar bill, and then call them back?
50-50.
Okay, guys. Hey,
sometimes we have it, sometimes we don't.
How long does it take you to get an estimate from somebody?
Oh, I mean, half hour.
So why do you call them back 48 hours later?
Fortunate enough to have an appointment booked for me so they hit the ad, appointment gets booked for me for, let's just say Monday. Great. I might try and reach out to them today, try and get their bill for a Monday appointment. And then I'll build the system over the weekend.
Okay. How long does it take to build a system?
I mean, once again, 45 minutes to an hour.
Okay. Now listen, hey, I know you guys have your own systems, but everybody's heard time kills deals, right? Has everybody heard?
Yep.
Okay. Now listen, I'm going to ask you guys a question. Do you guys get paid hourly to just make calls, or do you get paid commission?
Commission.
Right. If you call a bunch of people and get information, but then 3 days later they're not interested, I'm just asking, right? 3 days later they're not interested. You're just wasting your time. Am I correct?
Yeah. Yep.
All right, guys, I want to tell you something. There's a golden rule. I'm not changing your process or your policy, but I want to tell you how I would work. Time kills deals. If I can get Rob's utility bill, I know I've got 10 other customers, and I'm okay to set 10 more appointments for next Monday. But I'm going to tell you this. I would work that up, and I would close Rob now. Now, you guys don't have to do that. You're going to say, Andy, that's not how we work. We're going to call him 3 days later. Well, I know this. When I want something, I want it today, and 3 days from now, I don't know what the hell I want.
Yeah.
So, hey, I don't know if that's a policy that he's not allowed to call them right back and close them. But for me to you, how many installs do you want a month? How many do you currently close right now, Rob? 10, 5, 20? What do you close?
Yeah, I'm two a week, 10.
Okay, so you close 10. Can I ask you a question? If it takes you 45 minutes to get the information, it takes you 20 minutes on a phone call, and probably takes you another 30 minutes to close the deal. I mean, really, at the end of the day, it takes you about an hour and a half to go, or 2 hours to go front to back on a close and write out a proposal, right?
Yeah, probably an hour and a half. Yeah, I would say.
Okay, so if it takes 2 hours, you spend, and how many hours do you work a day? 10 hours?
Yeah.
10 hours, 5 days a week? Yeah. Cool.
5.5. I work Saturday mornings.
Okay, cool. So you work 55 hours a week right now currently to get in 4 hours of sales.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Here's what I would tell you. When I'm on the phone with somebody, I would ask a question, okay? Hey, Rob, by the way, you see where they're located, where they live, right?
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, Rob, so I'm looking here in your location and your zip code, and this is how I would talk to them. Rob, I'm looking in your location, your zip code. It shows in the next 12 to 18 months, utility bills are going to double or triple in your area. And clearly today, if your energy did double or triple, you would have to pay for it. You'd have to run your house off candles because they would shut it off. Would you agree, Rob?
Well, yeah, I definitely run off candles.
Yeah, no, but I'm just making a point. If you didn't pay
Yeah.
the energy bill that they told you to pay, you wouldn't have electric. That's just black and white. Now, Rob, I'm going to ask you a question real quick. If there was a secondary energy option, do me a favor, you got your pen on you? Write down secondary energy option. If there was a secondary energy option that, in which you would qualify for that would allow you to save money and be inflation proof, is it something you'd be heavily interested in? Yes or no?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, Rob. Now here's my goal. My job is to get the information, which we have here at Wolf River Electric. It's our job to get the information from the people who have it to the people who need it, which is you, the homeowners, in a time in which you can make a decision before the grid maxes out. Now, look, I'm going to explain this to you, okay? I don't know in each area how much percentage of solar they'll give out to a community, but I know in your area where you're at, and I would say that, and I would, if there's a number, if it's 15%, 10%, if you guys know some average numbers, I would say, Rob, it's roughly around 15%. And I know the grid's pretty close to being maxed out in your area because a lot of people foresee what energy is going to go to. So everybody's taking action and applications are coming in left and right. While I'm with you on the phone right now, I want to tell you my goals. Is that okay? I'll explain how this is going to work from A to Z, Rob. I want to get your utility bill. I am going to stop everything that I'm doing, and I'm not going to take any more calls. I'm going to work up a 45-minute proposal to make sure that I can create a system in which your home can qualify for to save you money and be inflation proof. If I can put that together, it's 3:32 right now. Can I call you back at 5 p.m. to have this conversation? So if we can save you money and X plus Y equals Z and you can be inflation proof and this energy option works, then we can get the application in to get you approved, to get this set up before the deadline is met, before the grid is maxed out. Is that fair? Is this something that anything that should get done today should be put off for tomorrow? Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, I would agree.
Okay, that's what I would do. If you ask me, here's what I need. I'm a sniper. Now listen, I don't know about everybody else. Somebody may come on in here and go, no, Bobby. Bobby may be like, Bobby, no, we're cool. We just want to call people here. We're going to get as many people on the phone we can today, and then we want to close them on this day. Like, dude, I don't want to close everybody right when I talk to them. I mean, I want to shut their ass down right then. Are we against that, Bobby? Can we do that?
No, we could do that.
That's perfectly fine with me.
Yeah, I mean, guys, just do me a favor real quick. I want you to understand something really fast. Who wants to make more money? All of us. Okay? Okay, so what? I want to tell you how I backed into this. By the way, do me a favor, okay? Some people, when we do trainings, they don't really consciously pay attention. I'm trying to tell you, my company is going to make $160 million this year. And the only reason why I'm telling you that is because I don't listen to fucking people that haven't done anything, or people who aren't building anything great, or people who aren't doing shit that I want to do. I want to tell you how I'm doing this, and I'm going to tell you how you can do it in your business, and I'm reversing. I'm going to tell you how I did it selling cars. Okay, this is common sense shit. By the way, rich people, a lot of them aren't very smart. You know what they're good at? They're good at doing the same shit every freaking day, and they're consistent, and they know how to do the mundane stuff and stay excited about it. You know what I know? Most people can't keep doing the same shit every day and stay excited about it, but I can, so I'm going to whip their ass. I can make phone calls all day long. I'm tired of making calls. You're tired of making fucking money? What are you talking about, dumbass? You want to go sit on your ass? Dude, get on your phone and understand. And by the way, listen to me. You guys need to understand the rules of the game. Okay. So there's, by the way, I want you to understand this. When I was in the automotive industry, we worked 5 days a week. Okay. I work 6, but most work 5. 5 days a week. There's 52 weeks in a year. It's 265 days a year. 265 days a year. People work 10 hours a day. So I just break this down. So a guy works 5 days a week for 10 hours. He works 50 hours a week. That means he's working 200 hours a month. So do me a favor, Rob, write this down. Rob's working 220 hours a month. Rob, listen, this is fucking crazy. You're going to be like, holy shit, Rob's about to slap himself. Rob's working he's working 55 hours a week. That's 220 hours a month. Right, Rob? 220 hours. Now, Rob, underneath 220 hours, if it takes 2 hours to sell a system and you're selling 10 systems a month, Rob, that's 20 hours. So, Rob, think about this. How much room and money is here? You're working 220. Okay, you're selling for 20 hours, closing physical deals. You have 200 hours left you're pitching. Oh my God. Rob, could you sell 50 systems a month? Bet your ass you could. And hey, listen, I don't care who sold X amount of systems, what the record is, it doesn't matter. We're going to play a new game from now on. Okay. Every single person that answers the telephone with you guys, stop selling them. Stop selling when I sounded like somebody that's got something to sell. You don't have anything to sell. Okay. I want you to do me a favor. Wear your heart on your sleeve. Okay. Does solar help people? Yes or no? When you pick up the phone and you call, so thank God I got a hold of you. We were afraid we were going to have to cancel the appointment. Why? Because the grid's almost maxed out in your area. It's a little bit concerning, but don't worry about it. There is space. I want to ask you some questions. If you qualify, then I'm going to tell you about it and you're going to go crazy. Okay. Boom. I hooked your ass right out the gate. I thought we were going to have to cancel the appointment. This area, the zip code is getting very scary. Everybody knows in y'all zip code 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In the next 12 to 18 months, energy bills are going to double or triple. Okay. My job here at Wolf River Electric is to get the information from us, the people who have it, to the people who need it, which is you, the homeowners. I say the same thing every time. Okay. I've got 2 quick questions to ask you. Number 1, do you believe inflation is real? Yes, you do. Number 2, right? If your energy company right now raised your bill 5x, which they could tomorrow, would you pay it? You'd have to, and turn your energy off. So I got a question. If there was a secondary energy option, I don't say solar yet. Okay, we'll get into that. If there was a secondary energy option, which you would qualify for. Okay, would you want to know about it? Which allowed you to be inflation proof and save money? Yes, I would. Okay, listen. As I talk to you here on the phone, my number 1 concern is to move fast. Why? Because the grid's maxing out. Number 2, my number 1 concern is to move fast because other applications in your area and your zip code are already in, which means where the grid's at today, who knows there will be tomorrow, because there could be 400 applications or 4,000 in the pipeline today. So my goal is to ensure that you qualify, get some information from you, make sure that it works. And if it does, we're going to pass go if it's a decision that helps you and your family. My job is to help clients help themselves. That's all I want to do. Listen, your guys' goal is to close 10 for 10. I know. Listen, the only reason why someone should buy solar from you is if they don't qualify. That's it. Okay, so let's go through some objections. Let's go through anybody on the phone right now. Okay, somebody give me an objection. Any objection?
Hey, Andy, I just got one about an hour and a half ago from a customer. I thought it was a done deal. They, obviously thought about it overnight, did the math and decided they are a cash buyer and they've got other projects they want to focus in on instead of focusing in on solar. Give me a call back in 6 months. We want to do it next year.
Okay, hypothetically, let me ask you a question. Okay, you can't control future costs of inflation or energy, could you?
No.
Yes, Rob, in 6 months from now, if inflation hit and it went way up, and I'm going to ask you a question, the grid was maxed out, and you called me and I told you that you can't get solar and you're stuck because it's not available for you, even if you're a billionaire. So now you just have to pay whatever they charge you. Would you be a happy customer? Yes or no?
Absolutely not.
The only way to ensure that I'll never have that problem is to make sure that you sign on the dotted line now. And by the way, why are you paying cash? Just finance it. Who cares? Hey, date the rate, use the rate for a while. When you free up some money, pay it off. Who cares? Doesn't matter if it's high or low. Leverage your money. Borrow the money. Don't use your cash. That's silly. Finish the projects you're doing now. And by the way, can I tell you something, Rob? You're not making a decision today based on saving today. You're making a decision today based off the money that's going to cost you 3 years from now, Rob. Rob, I need you to understand something. This is how this works. Gas was $1 a gallon. Everybody screaming gas is going to go up. Nobody believed it. Okay, went to $6. It was no joke. If you didn't pay the $6, you didn't drive the car. Real stuff. Now, I know you're a little older like me, so you went through the same situation. You paid for gas, it pissed you off, but it wasn't the gas lady's fault. The economy drove the prices up, and they're going to continue to do it. And I'm going to tell you the next thing that's going to happen. They're finding everything that we need, Rob, that we're going to use forever, which is like things like gasoline, milk, orange juice. energy, electric, guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna charge us whatever we want, but you have no control of it until now. I'll bet you these future projects will still be available for you to do 6 months from now, but this one won't be available for you to do. So with that being said, this is important. Energy is something you're gonna have for the rest of your life. Important things are things that we should put first, and anything that should be done today should be put off for tomorrow. Rob, I promise you, the only regret you're gonna have on getting the solar today is that you didn't do it a year ago. That's the only regret.
Hey, you use, thank you for that. I appreciate it. And you did it much better than I did, obviously, earlier, because they didn't end up signing today. But you said something that I partially got written down. You mentioned you're making a decision based not on what you're saving today, but what you're saving.
Rob, today, it's like making an investment. Okay. I remember the time, Rob, see, guys, everybody do me a favor. Paint pictures, tell stories. You guys want to be the greatest salesman in the history of time? Tell fucking stories. Hey, Rob, I totally understand what you're going through. I know it's hard to see this, and I know you're a smart man, so you'll understand this. Okay. So I said, Rob, me and my wife went to invest. We worked so hard to save up our first 100 grand. And then my wife says we need to go invest it. And I remember this, us giving and handing over $100,000. And then me sitting there thinking over the next couple of months, like, should we have done that? Was that worth it? Rob, as I look back now at that investment and I saw what happened because things change in the future, greatest decision we ever made in our life. Today, Rob, it isn't like tomorrow this is going to pay off. Rob, this is about something that you're going to have to pay off for the rest of your life, and it's called energy. And you're actually protecting yourself to be inflation proof because you have an opportunity to get in now. Rob, I'm going to ask you one question. If the answer is no, don't do it. If the answer is yes, let's move forward with this. Let's go back in time, back to the future. And let's go back when gas was $1 a gallon. If I would have came to your porch and I would have told you that you can sign an agreement in which gas will stay $1, and when it goes to $6, you won't have to pay it, even though all your neighbors will pay $6, you only continue to pay $1. Even though it hadn't gone to $6 yet, knowing what we know, would you have done it with me? Yes or no?
Would
you have wanted to pay
knowing it's going to $6? Yeah, no, it's going to $6. I would have done it.
Exactly. How would it feel right now to be paying $1 a gallon while everyone else is paying $6? Pretty good, right?
Yeah.
That same scenario is about to happen with energy. And Rob, signing on the dotted line and doing this today, you're putting yourself in a situation in which I just explained what happened with gasoline. Or don't. And pay $6 a gallon like everyone else. Hey, Rob, I know you got money. You just hate blowing it.
Yeah.
Hey, I know you got money, but I know you don't spend it stupidly or you wouldn't have any money. Okay? Rob, your home is your greatest asset. And since the world knows it's your greatest asset, you need to keep energy forever, they know they can charge you whatever they want. Rob, have you ever asked yourself this question? When I bought my house, why didn't they give me an option to go solar and plug into the electric line or the electric company? Why didn't they give me an option for one or the other? Why did they only give me one option? Have you ever even thought about that?
No, I would assume because it wasn't really viable at that time.
Well, solar's been around for 30 years. It may not have been the best way to go, but Rob, it was an option and no one explained it to you. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, I didn't know about it back then for sure.
That's exactly right. Listen, I'm going to tell you this. My job is to get the information from the people who have it to the people who need it. I promise you this. Life insurance is something that you buy. So on the worst day of your life, whenever you die or someone dies in your family, that person can be set forever and be taken care of long after you're gone and get a tax-free check. Am I correct?
Sure. Yep.
That's why people buy life insurance. You know why people buy solar systems? It's really simple. They know what the government's going to do with energy. They know what the world's going to do with energy, and they know it's something we got to have for the rest of our life. And you know what? They can charge us whatever they want. We have to pay it. We have no choice. And I don't know about you, but this is America. The reason why I live here is because we're lucky we have choices. And right now, you currently don't have a say or a choice in your electric bill. Whatever they want to charge you, you have to pay. To me, that pisses me off. It upsets me. And I'm not even in your house. And it upsets me. Okay? So if you feel the same thing that I feel, then we're going to draw a line in the sand today, and we're going to make sure that you guys can be in control of your money and control of your choices. You guys have to press through. You guys have to understand. And by the way, can I say something to you guys? Listen to me. When I hear you talk, Look, forget about watch this. I want to show you guys something. Ready? Okay. Can you see my face? You can't see my face. Okay, but you can hear my voice. You can feel that I care about you. Hey, listen, Rob, I promise you right now, the only regret you're going to have is that you didn't do this a year ago. Rob, there's people that I know right now that are calling me every day that I talked to a year ago about solar, and they're calling me today and they're begging me for solar, Rob, but I can't get it to them. Why? Because the grid's maxed out in their area. It's not an option anymore. A year ago, I was telling them about it, and they thought I was trying to sell them something. And now they're calling me going, oh my God, they're raising my energy bill. It's through the roof. Can I get that solar deal? Can I get that solar plan? I can't even offer it to them, Rob. Okay, Rob, I go home and lose sleep because when people say no, they're saying no to making their own choices and their own decisions. Rob, do you have any say right now on what your current energy bill is? Any say? No. And you're getting an opportunity to have a say in it and actually have control of it, and you're passing it off. Okay, see, Rob, that is me talking to you so you can see, right? Not you can't see me, but you can see the way that I feel about you.
Passion and conviction is there, without a doubt.
Yes. Okay. So do me a favor, write this down. Heart and mind. These two must be tied together. You must speak with your heart, not your mouth. Number two, you must use your mind. Everybody right now, if I was to say, get a pen, get a piece of paper, and write down every single thing that is a benefit to solar. What could you write down? What could you spit out? Guys, give me some freaking ammunition. Why do you sell solar? Do you know why I sell solar, Rob? You know why I sell solar? But hey, listen, ready? Paint a picture. Rob, the reason why I sell solar is because I saw someone walk up to my father and knock on his door. My father hates salespeople. He hates them. Watch, I'm going to show you guys something. You ready? You can't see me. Rob, with me being here with you on the phone, I want to tell you something real quick. And I know it probably doesn't matter to me, but I want to tell you why I do what I do real quick. And this is going to be more validation to why you should listen to me. My father hated salespeople. He hates them. By the way, Rob, I'm not a salesperson, but I want to explain this to you. My father hated salespeople. So when I was looking for the career that I wanted to belong in, I remember there was a day in which there was a solar expert that knocked on my father's door. And as he went to sit down with my dad and explain what solar would do, I remember my dad. It was an hour straight, Rob. My dad is literally trying to poke holes in this guy's game. Everything that he could think of on why this wouldn't work. And I remember all we did was explain what solar is, what it does, how you can become inflation proof, how you'd save money, what's happening today, what's going to happen, 3-4 years from now. Rob, I'm here to tell you, I watched my dad, who tried to poke holes in this guy for an hour, reach out and shake his hand. Rob, that day, my father, when the man left and they set up the panels on our roof, my dad started saving money. Every time I run into my dad, he goes, son, anytime you got an opportunity to realize that you're going to have something your entire life, know that one day they're going to try to hold that hostage against you and they're going to raise those bills to the roof. They got us with gasoline. They got us with milk. They got us with properties. They got us. Now they're going to get us with energy. And my dad was right. My dad saved a lot of money by shaking that man's hand that day. He didn't buy anything. That man helped my dad help himself. That was all he did. And that's exactly why I joined this company. Why? Because I can actually help clients every single day protect themselves and save money. So I want you to know that is what I want you guys to do. By the way, can you guys do something? Remember, if Rob is selling 10 systems a month, Rob can sell 50. How will Rob get to 50? Very simple. Okay, what we're going to do is this. We're going to go back to day one. Rob, I'm giving you a job right now. Okay, you know how much you're making now at 10 installments. How much will you make at 50? 5 times more than you're making now. Rob, will it cost you any more time? Nope. You're putting in the same time anyways. So Rob, how can we make this time that you're already putting in count for a higher ROI than what you're currently getting? Very simply. Stop selling. Become obsessed. Listen to me. Become obsessed. I was obsessed with the transportation space. You know what I am? I'm the person that understands people are one decision away from changing their life forever. One decision. Okay. And I use that to close people all the time to help them help themselves. Listen, Dan, you're one decision away from changing your life forever. If you say yes right now, I draw up the agreement. You save money on solar for the rest of your life. If you own the system, you own it. One day, you'll no longer have a payment. You're going to have a savings account and you're going to be kicking ass. If you don't, you say no. That's a decision that you made. I can tell you what your future looks like by the decisions you make today. Down the road, inflation's going to kick up 12 to 18 months, utility bills double or triple, you're paying more money, and there's nothing you can do about it. The grid's maxed out, solar's no longer an option for you. You look back on an opportunity where you could have done something and you didn't do it. Why? Why? Is it because you're afraid to make a mistake, Rob? Listen, Rob, if people tell you I need to think about it, I always ask them, can I ask you a question? Is it because you're afraid to make a mistake? Is it because you're afraid to make a mistake? Yes, I totally understand. Well, here's what I want to do. Since you said you need to think about it, let me give you something to think about. Grab that pen, Rob. I want you to write down now, and then next to it, I want you to write down future, or write down solar. Write down now, and then write down solar. Right now, do you know what your bill is going to be every single month with your current utility company? Yes or no, Rob?
Nope.
Okay. Do you like that? Yes or no?
I mean, it doesn't
No.
impact me. I don't pay attention, but yeah, I don't want to pay that.
Well,
Yeah.
well, let me ask you a question. Not paying attention, right? Where do you think that would get you? Can I ask you a question? When you went and bought your car, did they tell you what your monthly payment was going to be for the next 60 or 72 months?
Yes.
Would you have bought the car off the lot if they would have said, yeah, the payment's going to be 400 today, but it'll fluctuate depending on, the inflation in the market over time.
Yeah, I like that comparison. That's good.
Would you pay attention to that monthly car payment?
No.
I mean, I'm asking you this, if your payment was 400 a month and there was no contract in place, would you pay attention to that monthly car payment?
Yeah.
You probably would, wouldn't you? Because when the dealership raised the payment the next month, it probably pissed you off. Am I right?
Yep, absolutely.
Guess what? That's why there's not a contract in place. Right now, I want you to write down, right now, you have no contract. Do you understand this? Not being in a contract on something that you're going to keep forever is scary. Isn't it scary? I mean, can I ask you a question? If they had good intentions, wouldn't they just put out a contract and tell you what your payment was going to be every month and just make sure that you paid it? Yeah, but you know why there's no written agreement or there's no contract? Because they can change it any day and they're going to do it. And when they do it, you have no control over it. Isn't that scary? Guys, every one of you right now, one of your biggest things you should be getting out of the gate within the first 2 minutes is, doesn't it seem a little scary that your current energy company doesn't have a contract with you in which they can change the bill any month? Isn't that scary? And can I ask you a question? Would you continue to live in your house if you didn't have electric? You didn't have energy? Probably not, right? So really, they're holding you hostage to a 30-year mortgage or whether you own your house, and they can charge you whatever they want and you have to pay it. And you have no say because you have something that they control that you have to have. See, I want you to understand this. You got to breathe to stay alive. If I charge you for air, how much would you pay? Whatever I charge. Now that you've had electric, if they took it away, what would you charge to have it back? Everything. Guys, I want to tell you why the people that are smart with their money and why people who are making smart choices are getting solar and why the grids are getting maxed out so fast. You guys have to paint pictures. Listen, telling people what the product is. Hey, I know that you guys explain kilowatts. I know that, guys, can I ask you a question? If you walked into a Lowe's right now and you were wanting to buy a drill gun to go build something, would you be more attracted to me telling you how this will screw any screw in any wall and any kind of deal and show you how it works? Or would you be interested in me breaking down the screw gun, telling you how it works, what's inside of it, the motor, the horsepower, this? Guys, people want to take the drill gun and they want to put the screw, they go zip, and they want it to go on the wall. Okay, when I tell you that, listen to me, you see this drill gun right here? You'll never have to worry about, needing it and going and trying to find it and it not being charged. And by the way, everybody that has a tool, what do they want? They want to make sure it's charged up when they go get it. This drill gun right here, it'll always be charged, it'll always be ready to use, and also, you don't have to be a person that understands how to use tools. When you pull the trigger, if you put the screw at the end of the head, if you can, it will go into the wall without a lot of pressure. Is that something that's important to you? You see the little magnetic tip at the end? That right there, that holds the screw as a magnet. So you don't have to worry about holding it here and here. You just tap it on there and it holds it for you. You put it in the wall. Isn't that simple? That's why the screw gun is our hottest seller. But what if I told you this is the XPY 900 screw gun? This right here has dual coils on the inside. They don't give a fuck. Okay? They don't care. They want a screw, they want to go in the wall. People pay an energy bill, they want it to turn their electric on. Period. Listen, guys, people that try to geek out with you, to me, you're trying to get on their page and geek out with them how this works. Guys, and you can explain it all you want. You need to explain the results and the benefits of solar. You need to live in that space. You need to stay in that space. And you must be massively certain. And by the way, you got to believe. Some of you are trying to sell solar, and that's the reason why you don't sell. Some of you right now, you think that not everybody wants it. The problem is everybody does want it. They just don't want to buy it from you because you don't sound like you freaking believe in it. And you know what? When I meet somebody that has something that really believes it's the greatest thing that ever existed, shit, I want it too. You know, I look at the way that people act and operate when they have something that they really like. You know, then I see how people act and operate when they see something that's just cool. Can I ask you guys a question? Are you guys order takers? Okay. Are you guys closers? So you know what closers are? Closers are to bring something to an end. Okay. I'm sure you weren't willing to fill out the form if you weren't willing to take action and save money if it would work in your favor. Wouldn't you agree, Rob? Yep. Okay, great. Well, that's why I'm on the phone with you today. Hey, by the way, future trial closing. Hey, Rob, let me ask you a question. If I get all the information, sure, the home qualifies. It does save you money and you're inflation proof. It's probably something we move forward with. Wouldn't you agree?
Sure.
Okay, Rob, tell me no.
Well, no, it depends how much I save.
That's exactly right. But if it did save you enough money, if it did allow you to be inflation proof, if those things did exist, it'd probably be something, if it played in your favor, you'd be willing to move forward with. Am I correct?
Well, I guess depending on when the return on investment would be, I don't know how long I'm be in the house.
Well, let me ask you a question. The return on investment, I want you to do me a favor, write down something. Number one, property value increase. Is that a return on investment?
That would be, yeah.
Okay, do you think a home is worth more money if it saves you money on solar or less money?
Probably more money. I guess I don't know. That's why I'm
Okay,
talking to you.
Yeah, well, that's an ROI. Okay, so we're going to talk about future sale. It's going to be worth more. Also, number one, the money that it can save you today, but also the money it can save you in the future. Can I ask you a question, Rob? Do you think in the next, 10, 12, months, do you think that inflation, do you think in 2024 inflation is going to rise again?
Absolutely.
How do you know that?
Well, it hasn't slowed down yet, so I don't see why it would stop.
Okay, if you knew that something wasn't going to slow down, but you had a way to slow it down, would you take action and go with that? Yes or no?
Yeah, I would try to, without a doubt.
Okay, well here, my job is to ensure that we don't have to try, is to ensure that we can. Okay, and if I can ensure that we can, see guys, you dumb it down. If inflation is, and by the way, I needed Rob to answer that. Rob, how do you know that inflation is real? Because I saw what it did last year. Good. You saw what it did the year before. Good. You saw what it did the year before. Good. I bet you know what it's going to do next year too, right? So basically what we're saying, Rob, is that inflation is something we can't stop, but if we could, we probably would. Would you agree? Good. Well, welcome to stopping it. I'm going to show you how to do it. And I'm going to tell you why homeowners like yourself are jumping on this right now and why everybody knows in y'all's area and y'all's zip code how energy bills are about to go through the roof for the next 12 to 18 months. And that's why people are taking action. And by the way, can I tell you this? You got to create some fear of loss. Remember, there's want for gain and fear of loss. So if Bobby's selling to me, right now I'm selling want for gain. Right? Like, Bobby, you want to be inflation proof. Bobby, you want to save money. So what's fear of loss? Hey, Bobby, now listen, I want to warn you, okay? Even if you say yes right now, there could be, and I don't want to promise you it, okay? And I'll take some minutes to do a research on this, but there could be an option where in which I put your application in and we're declined because the grid's maxed out and I can't push you through.
Sure.
Bobby, I need you to know this information that I'm giving you, right? we are riding on a deadline. So as you give me this information, there's a chance, and I'm not saying it's great, but there is a chance I could call you back and say, we can't do what I said you could do. And I know you'd be heartbroken about that. And so that's why it's important for us to take care of this now. You know, like, hey, what is fear of loss? Hey, Bobby, and one of the reasons why I told you that is because Sarah, just 6 weeks ago, I talked to her a couple months back, but 6 weeks ago, she called me and goes, okay, me and my husband are ready. We want to take care of this. And as I was going to process the paperwork, at the time I originally quoted her, guess what? She could have gotten approved and she could have gotten solar. But because we waited a couple months and she had to ponder over it, there's some projects she wanted to do. Now, currently in her zip code, she can't qualify for solar, and the grid's maxed out, which means one simple thing, Rob, is that if this is something that you want to do, and by the way, it's not solar. You're not buying solar. You're buying an inflation-proof system that's going to save you money. That's all you're buying. Okay, these panels are how we get it to work, but you're buying an inflation-proof system, and you're buying saving money. That's all you're doing. I just need you to be like perfectly clear. Yeah, the property value goes up, but you're not selling your house today. That comes down the road. There's lots of things that change. Yes, you get a tax credit if there's a tax credit error. You can explain those things. But I promise you guys, sell from want for gain or fear of loss. And fear of loss would be like, hey, Rob, you know, like I said, Sarah called me 6 weeks back and she said, hey, Rob, let's pull the trigger on this system. And when I went to process the paperwork, they declined her because the grid was maxed out. What I'm finding out, Rob, is that as I'm going around giving estimates to people who requested information on solar, once they see that it saves the money today and in the long run, if they don't take action now, a couple of weeks from now, they might not even be able to push that paperwork through. So what my goal with you, Rob, is to ask you one simple question. If I can save you money, if it's in stone, if I can keep you inflation proof, if I can get your home to qualify, if I can show you that it makes sense, you're going to pay an energy bill one way or the other, right? Whether you pay it to ABC Solar or XYZ, you know, energy. Does it really matter as long as you're paying it to the one that benefits you the most? No, you're going to be paying a bill anyways. I'm not asking you to spend any money. You're already spending it. Guys, I'm not asking you to spend money. You're already spending the money. What I'm asking you to do is to be protected and be able to be in control of your own money and make your own decisions. Okay? So like, guys, everything that you do, and they write down this word, it's called framing. Everything you do is to frame clients to literally, okay, this is what I'm doing. Rob, when I'm talking to you on the phone, I'm basically know you have a 6-shooter pistol, there's 6 bullets in it. As I'm talking to you, I'm emptying your gun right in front of me. I'm just emptying it. That's all I'm doing. And that way, when I can say, okay, so Rob, I asked you that if I could get this to qualify, there's not a reason in the world why you wouldn't say yes and pass go. That you said you're okay with that. Rob, I'm going to proceed to push this application through. By the way, Rob, you can always ask a question. Okay. How would you like to, are you ready? This is a trial close. Rob, what are your trial close? After you get done pitching them or explaining to them, what's your trial close?
Well, I'm gonna well, done pitching them and done go through everything.
Is it like, hey, what do you think? You want to do it? Or like, what is it?
Yeah. I'm gonna ask them how they feel about what we went through.
Don't ask them how they feel. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to assume the sell, and I want you to write this down. Hey, Rob, based on all the information that I gave you, and based on the results that you wanted, Rob, hey, based on all the information that I gave you, and based on all the results that you wanted, it looks like Wolf River Electric looks like our program is going to work perfectly for you. Now, as I go to push this through, right, for the rest of the time that we get everything handled, how would you like people to address you? Okay, would you like it to be Oliver or Mr. Wise? How would you like people to address you moving forward as we get this taken care of? See, address me as Oliver. Great, Oliver. Now, what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to walk you through A to Z what's next. I'm going to fill out the information, which I'm currently doing if you're on the phone. Then I'm going to process it. It's going to take anywhere from 3 weeks to 6 weeks to get everything taken care of. Now, here's what I'll tell you. A lot of these solar companies, it takes anywhere from three months to 6 months to get things installed. I'm going to push you to the front so we can start saving money quickly, okay? Now, I need you to do me a favor. Rob, have you ever had somebody cancel on you? They said, yeah, the next day they say no.
Yep.
Okay, I need you to do me a favor, Rob. Okay. Is there anybody else paying your energy bill?
Nope. Just myself and my wife.
Just you and your wife. And we obviously just had a big conversation. Okay. So no, it's kind of like this. There's no other person who's going to be paying the monthly payment, the down payment, signing the contract, doing anything. It's just going to be you and your wife. Whether,
Yes.
whether your energy bill goes up or down, I'm sure nobody's ever asked about it before or even cared what your energy bill is. Am I correct?
Yep.
So it sounds like the only ones making the decision are just us. Is that correct?
Yes. Just two of
Okay,
us.
so there's no other person's name or phone number that I should put on this piece of paper to contact about anything.
Nope.
Okay, so here's what I want us to do. Me and you and your wife. Any questions you guys have, you guys need to call me. Now I need you to understand this, okay? You know what a credit inquiry is, correct?
Sure. Yep.
Okay, as I process this, it's like a credit inquiry. Okay, I filled out the information just right to make sure that we qualified for the tax credit, to make sure that whatever it is, to make sure that we qualified for the system, to make sure that the right system that you get the right amount of power for your home can get approved, and I have everything handled. Now that I've got that done, I want to make sure that nobody submits any other type of paperwork or does anything. Because I've seen people do that and talk to other people about stuff. And then what happens is it literally messes up the tax credit or it messes up the financial loan and the interest rates can go up. Does that make sense?
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so if anybody calls you about anything and even asks you for information, if it's not me, it's not with my company, don't give it to them. Is that fair?
Sure. Yeah. Yep.
See, I'm going to prep you not to talk to nobody.
Yeah.
I'm not going to let anybody call and knock out my load. Now, I just want to say some things to you guys. Look right now, and just like I told Rob with timing, how many of you right now are spending anywhere from 100 to 150 to 200 hours a month working, and you're installing 10 units or less? Now, you may say, well, industry standard, that's good. I don't talk about average numbers. You guys want to eat the whole pie or a little tiny piece of the pie? If you want to eat the whole pie, here's how you do it. Number one, you become obsessed with solar. I know some of you aren't. I know some of you guys talk about solar, and I don't think total immersion has happened yet. You need to make that happen now. And if you think this is stupid, you think your dreams are stupid. I want to tell you guys something right now. You know the reason why I've always been able to make more money? My dreams are so fucking big. I can't even stand it. I think so big. My standards are so high. And you know what my wife does? She watches me work as a man. She knows the paycheck. She sees it come in. I like to blow her away. I want her to know that her man is fulfilled. I love what I do. And guess what? I know how to take care of her and the kids. Some of you guys right now, you're letting your families down. It ain't solar. And by the way, I know you're badasses, but you got so much more in you. You have to self-develop. The thing that I've been talking about lately in my company is 3.0. Let me explain what 3.0 is, and you may be on 2.0. There was the old Andy Elliot, okay, and that was back when I was the old me, and I just ran around trying to make money. Then there was the 2.0 me, which I went to another level, and I started really believing in my product to a whole nother level. And then also I started caring about people to a whole nother level. And then guess what happened? Everything changed. My family's life changed. My wife saw a different man change. My paycheck changed. Everything changed. And then 3.0, you know what 3.0 is? It's delusional belief. This world will give you whatever the hell you want as long as you're willing to put in the work. And you know what? None of us are different. Toby's no different than me. I'm the same as him. Okay, Brian's the same as me. I'm not better than him. I'm not different than him. You know what I learned? The greatest separator between people that make it really big and the ones that don't, the top 1% earners, and then the ones that earn the same money as everybody else, they're the people who complain about their job or the people that are obsessed about their job. And I want to tell you guys something, right? If you don't learn to fall in love with what you do and you don't brainwash yourself, hey, it ain't my job to get you motivated. It's your job to go look in the mirror and be like, dude, everything in my life is my fault. Everything, good and bad. Everything rises and falls on the leader. If I was to ask all you guys, are you guys the leader of your homes? You say, damn right we are. Okay, good. Well, since you're in charge, okay, you're also in charge of the lifestyle that your family's currently living. You know the debt on your mortgage? That's your fucking fault. You know the car's not paid off yet? Yeah, that's y'all's fucking fault. You know your kids can't go on a vacation with you guys? Yeah, that's y'all's fucking fault. You know the fucking $1 million you don't have saved up yet? Yeah, that's your fucking fault. You know why? Because you play around on the phone. I need you guys to understand something. Just because you guys are virtual doesn't mean shit. It actually means that you don't need a babysitter. Okay? Hey, some people, they need a babysitter. They say they don't. I don't need a babysitter. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. You do need a babysitter because I watch you not care. Because I watch you call people. I want you guys to do me a favor. Act like you're making this call when you're calling every client and you have a whole group of people watching you make that call. And your goal is to make that call so good, so great that you take everybody's soul watching you take that call. They couldn't believe how good you were. I want you to make every call to impress. And why? Because if you don't, you're not going to make the sale. You're an idiot. You're not going to make it. Dude, listen to me. You know what I fear? I fear being like everybody else. I fear having what everybody else has. I want more. Okay? Now, if you guys want more, you're going to have to force yourself into a more disciplined life, a 3.0 life. And the biggest hack is to self-develop every freaking day. And I mean that, man. And I'm going to tell you how you guys are going to sell everybody by literally helping people help themselves and telling stories. Paint pictures for people. Okay? Like literally, guys, get better at your words. Don't sound like everybody else. Don't sound like a telemarketer. Some of you guys may think that the ads, right, that you're running, you think that they're not good leads. How many times you say, oh, these leads aren't good this week? You know, these are stupid leads. This guy thought he was getting something else. Bullshit. Don't fall for that shit. Don't fall for that shit. Hey, have you ever somebody say, I didn't fill anything out? Ever? No. Yeah. Yeah, Rob, what do you say when someone says I didn't? Thomas, what do you say when someone says I didn't fill anything out? Come on, unmute real quick, Thomas.
Usually they say that and hang up in my face.
Hey, Thomas, what I found is that a lot of people fill these out for their loved ones because they want to protect them and save them money. So the fact that I got you on the phone, we do have an account open with your name on it. So what I'd like to do is talk to you for a quick minute. And then we can move forward if you're not interested. Is that okay? I do have an account open, so I do need to make sure it's closed out if you're not interested. Is that okay?
Okay.
Listen to what I said. What we found is that people normally and commonly fill these out for their loved ones. Ha ha! Sucker. That means somebody cares about you and loves you, Thomas. I don't know who it is, but somebody filled it out for you. Now, stop. I say, now, Thomas, I do have an account open with your name on it. It is my job to close this account out. So I just got a couple of questions. If you're not interested, I'll be happy to do that for you. Is that okay?
Okay.
Now, Thomas, are you the homeowner of your house?
Yes.
Check. Thomas, do you believe inflation is real? Yes. Check. Do you believe that, you know, if your energy bill doubled or tripled today, that you would have to pay it? Or they turned it off? Check. Okay, well, I see why somebody filled out your information because it looks like you currently don't have solar, which means that you're not inflation proof, you're not saving money. And guess what? If there was a secondary energy option in which you qualify for, Thomas, that would allow you to save big money, you probably want to know about it. Am I correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Thomas, that's probably why somebody filled out your information. Now, listen, I do apologize for reaching out to you. It sounds like a stranger, but I'm actually not. My name's Andy Elliott. I'm with Wolf Electric. If you could grab a pen and grab something to write with, write down my name. Guess what? Do you guys have like a national producer's number? Or do you have like an employee ID number or anything? Thomas, you ready? Watch this fucking shit. You ready? Watch this. So Thomas, listen, I want you to do me a favor. I want you to write down my name. It's Andy Elliott. That's going to be 2 L's and 2 T's. I want you to know I work with Wolf River Electric. Okay, my job is to get the information from the people who have it, which is us, to the people who need it, which is you, the homeowners. My employee number, if you look me up now on the website or call the company, my employee number is 123. My name is Thomas. It is Andy Elliott. You can ask for me. I work here just so you can put a name with the face and validate who you're talking to. Okay, Thomas?
Okay.
See, I'm gonna fucking make sure that you know that I sound like I got some authority. Okay? See, I train big insurance companies and they get their national producer numbers. They're like, hey, listen, my name's Andy, right? My national producer number is 1234556. You can look me up on the National Insurance Registry right now, and you can look up my national producer number, and you see that I'm federally regulated to talk to you about insurance, okay? Just in case we're talking about anything, you have any security deals, you go look me up. You see a picture of me and see that I'm there. See, it's like sometimes you get validation. Remember, you guys are on the phone. Your goal is to build trust. Now, I know that we're talking a little bit past the time, but I want to tell you guys something, right? The reason why you guys don't have what you want, right, is because you don't want it. I know that sounds stupid, but if you wanted a six-pack, Thomas, could you have one?
Yeah, that's right. I can get one.
Damn right you can. If you wanted one. Thomas, if you wanted to be a millionaire, you could also be a millionaire. Thomas, if you wanted anything, you could have it. There's no one stopping you but you. So I'm going to tell you what you have to do, and this is how I won the call. If you don't dream so fucking big that it's scary, you're never going to make it. What I've learned is the guys in my company that are millionaires are the ones that have massive fucking dreams. Listen, dude, it eats their soul up. I fucking see them working. They can't even control themselves. That dream, they think about it all night. Their standards are so high. They don't just carry standards as rules, they carry standards as a way of fucking life because they're elite. Elite. How about being a fucking elite, excellent fucking human being? Could you guys imagine practicing excellence at the fucking highest level? It's a bitch. Walking by trash and picking it up when it's not yours, that's fucking elite. Making the calls when you don't have to make any more calls, that's fucking elite. Picking up the phone and treating people like you treat your wife and your kids, that's fucking elite. Okay. Whoever can do this is rich. You're rich. You're the most dangerous son of a bitch in the world. And guess what? I need you to be aware of this. Self-awareness is what holes today as we talk do you guys see that you have in your game. Some of you, we've talked 17 minutes over from where we're supposed to talk, and you're fucking irritated. Some of you are like, fuck yeah, man, we can talk like this all day long. This is the good shit. You know, every one of you, guys, what's your level up in 2024? What's your level up? Okay, you better know what it is. You better dream big. I sit down with my wife every year at the beginning of the year, and I write down what the hell I want, dude. I write down the level up. And I'm telling you, man, that's how I smoke people. You guys need to understand this, dude. People don't always get their goals, but they'll always get their standards. Whatever your standards are, you're currently doing them. You know, if Rob's standards are 10 installations a month, that's why he'll stay at 10. But Rob, if you decide to raise your standard right now to 20, and I'm not bullshitting, man, you know, just 2 more hours a week, bro. You know, 4 more hours a week. You're already giving the time, but that time spent closing someone by giving more, by speaking to them differently, by caring about them at another level, but believing in your product more, by telling stories, by being relentless, by actually giving a fuck, even though you do now, but more. See, Rob, it's like more. You're like, well, how much do you want? Fucking more. Why? What kind of life do you want? Okay, like just open your door, look at your kids, look at your wife. Okay, spend fucking 220 hours a month away from them. Okay, I ought to fucking piss you off only doing 10. Okay, like this is where we need to get. We need to get where it bothers us, not to be the fucking very best, where it pisses us off. Okay, you guys ought to get pissed off if you're not doing great. Okay, don't act like a whiner and a baby. Get pissed off, and if you're at the top, guess what? Raise the standard for everybody else. Become so fucking great it inspires everyone else in the company to raise too. Okay. So, anyways, that's what I would tell you guys today. Talking tactically about sales, tactically about handling obstacles, tactically about objections. Hey, I'm going to tell you this, man. If you guys common sense understand this, that you're already putting the work in. You're already putting the time in. Hey, if you're already going to give the time, don't you want to get fucking paid for it? I do. So you got to give more while you're putting the time in. You got to care more while you're putting the time in. You got to do more while you're putting the time in. Because, dude, your family, if you put in fucking 200 hours and you're not killing it, like I would beat your ass. I'd be like, dude, I can't believe this. If you want your family to be proud of you, guys, if you're gonna put this time in, like, do it now. Matter of fact, let's make a goal. this next week, it's November. This next week, everybody write down 2 or 3 times higher of a goal. You know, I know Rob did 10, Rob's gonna do 20. I know he is. And when Rob gets a 20 paycheck, Rob's gonna fucking do 30. He's gonna be like, this is stupid. I can't believe I was fucking around for so long. This pisses me off. Okay? Because you're talented as shit. You listen, the reason why we don't get what we want, honestly, is because a lot of fucking people in this world are really fucking lazy. So it's like, and plus you guys work from home, a lot of you. And dude, you gotta be a driven motherfucker to work from home. Okay? Because you guys sitting in your bedroom and shit making calls, you're not fucking working. You're used to, you see, and that's why not everybody can be an entrepreneur. Some of you need to fucking quit this job right now, and you need to go get a job at fucking some place where you have somebody stand over your shoulder and fucking tell you what to do. Fuck that. Okay? You guys know what to do. Can you guys do it with nobody watching you? Yeah. Okay, but you got to do it at home. You got to give more. You got to care more. You guys put a fucking mirror in front of you, right? Like when you're talking to a customer, just look at your face. If they were face to face with you, right? Your expression, the way that you're selling them should look the same fucking way in that mirror as you're on the phone. Right? I'm like talking to Nancy on the phone. I'm like, come on, Nancy, what's going on? I'm looking in the mirror. Right? Because if I don't, then I'm like, hey, Nancy, what's going on? It's Andy down here at that Wolf Electric. It's like, come on, man. You cheating to buy shit off. I'd hang up too. You would hang up too. Okay? So anyways, Bobby, we'll send you the recording of this video when we're done. But dude, I'm telling you, man, Bobby, the reason why a lot of people don't make it, especially when they're at home, are just for these little simple reasons that we talked about. So self-awareness, right? Self-awareness, it's be aware, what are y'all's holes? And then, hey, by the way, blind spots, what are the blind spots, Bobby? And that's it, man. And hey, Bobby, listen, I would love for you guys to get together a list of all the objections in the company, every one of them, every one that somebody gets, from the time where somebody says, I didn't fill anything out. Oh, that's not me. Oh, yeah, I clicked on that because I thought it was something else. I don't give a shit what they say. We need to create a list of every one of them, and I'll help you build out objections for every single one of them. Happy to do it. And then they can have a word tracks and they can memorize them. You know what I'm saying? Is that cool, Bobby?
Absolutely. Making a note of it right now so we can make sure we can get that to you.
Yeah, for if you'll give it to me, man, I'll sit down and I'll voice text it. You know what I'm saying? Like on my notes, on each one. That way, literally, you have the whole thing. Cool. And then you can send them to the team, and then like Rob, he can look at it. Whoever wants to learn. Like let's just look at them, and that way you guys can add some more words to your skill set. Cool.
Sounds good.
Cool. Get everybody together next couple of days. Put them together, send them over to me, and I'll create it. And then we'll send it back over to you guys. And let's kick some ass.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Everybody double or triple numbers November. Let's go kill it. Have a blessed day. See you guys soon.
Thank you, Andy. Great.